Whoo-wee, holy guacamole, man. So I got this 2013 Cadillac XTS here. Check this out, man. It's just like the day of bad brakes, I guess. But she brought it here, said it was vibrating when she was driving, and they've got a bunch of alignments and they can't figure it out. Well, for one, I don't know who did the brakes on this, but I'm pretty sure your brake pad isn't supposed to be falling out of your caliper, laying on your rotor. So we're gonna start there and see if we can't get that situated correctly. And I'm wondering if she's got some bad hubs or something. But first things first, let's get this brake pad out, see what kind of damage it's caused. Oh, dude, that's so grooved. Boy. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do a full rotor brake job on this bad boy. So I'm gonna get this off and we'll go from there. All right, so before I pulled this caliper, I also was noticing there was just a boatload of grease everywhere. So if you see all this grease packed in up here, it's everywhere. Look at this. It looks like something came up and hit the boot clamp on the axle. I don't know if you can see that. The axle's just slinging grease everywhere on the back side of this. So I think we're gonna need an axle too while we're in here. Most certainly, but yeah, could be worse. All right, parts finally came in, so we're gonna go ahead and take this puppy apart right quick, get ready to swap this axle. So we're doing axle, rotor, pads on this side. So obviously we already broke it down to look at what was going on with that pad situation. So rotor's very straightforward. It's got one of those little set screws right there, which is like looks like about a T30. So we'll pop that off, get the rotor off, toss it to the side. Okie dokie. So after examining, I've decided that the lower control arm is the best plane of attack. So we got a 21 millimeter over here with what looks to be, oh, let me shimmy over here, possibly like a 19 millimeter or 21 millimeter nut. Let's see. Ew. Oh yeah, it's a 21 as well. So we'll pull this out and then we'll pull out the tie rod over here. And then that should allow this to swing forward the knuckle and get the axle out. So that's how we're gonna go moving forward. And then we gotta get this grease cleaned up. Cadillac, in their infinite wisdom, these are all torque to yield bolts. So the bolts have to be replaced. Anything on this suspension, any bolt you take off has to be replaced with a new one because they are torque to yield. So let's get them out. All right, so I got the bolt out, which is a 21. So it's a 21 millimeter head and a 21 millimeter nut. The tie rod end I removed, it was 18 millimeter nut. And it just popped right out of there, thank God. That was easy peasy. So now, in theory, I should be able to swing this puppy forward and move it. Oh yeah, so see how this whole knuckle's coming forward now? So I'll swing this knuckle forward and pull the axle out and then rotate it. So it'll be like an in and out move to get that axle free. And then, yeah, so once I get the axle out from the hub itself, then and free, then we're just gonna give it a good hard pop, boonk, and get it free from the transmission over there, which it's dark down in here, but yeah. So we want to basically give it a hard pop over there. That's held by a C-clamp. So it just takes one good boom. And you want to be careful not to destroy the seal or anything, but you just make sure you give it a good pop, and it should just slide right out. So we'll get there here in a second, but it's gonna take both my hands to try and manipulate this to get this out. But yeah, hopefully this should, in theory, pull forward and rotate and then free this up, I think. And that means we only have one bolt we have to replace. So that was the name. That was the name of the game here, right? It's minimize the amount of replacement bolts needed. So pull this back and see what happens. All right, and there you have it on pulling the axle out. That was nice and easy. So I'm gonna try and get this puppy popped out. And once it's removed, then I'll work on cleaning up a lot more of this grease that it's slung everywhere. So we'll get that cleaned up as best we can. Also, I've been waiting for this moment because I want to spin this and just check this hub. Oh. Sounds pretty grindy, man. It's not very smooth. Yep, I'm gonna replace this hub as well. All right, yeah, so this should be smooth. You hear all that? Yeah, that's not ideal. It's gonna be bad. So we're gonna replace this hub assembly as well. So I'll order one of those in real quick, and then we'll swap that in. That's 3 bolts. No big deal. So, all right. But in the meantime, I'm going to pop this axle out and then start cleaning up all this grease. All right, here we are. I forgot to grab a pan, so I spilled a whole bunch of transmission fluid on the ground. But here we go. Old axle's out. So you see here, this is the boot that took damage and some grease everywhere. I got the new axle. It's in the back of the Avalanche, and my dad's in it. So when that gets back, we'll get this swapped in with the new one. What I ended up doing was just coming in against this frame rail right here. I went underneath the wire like this. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I basically came up from this bottom side here, got on the back of the axle. Let me see. I came up like this, used the frame rail as the pry point, and just popped it with a pry bar, and just popped the C-clip right out of this bad boy. So yeah, good to go there. All right, got our nice new precision axle here. I'll again have a link in the description if you'd like to order one. If not, every auto parts store will carry them, or at least can order them in. So you put a little bit of grease on the splines on both sides eventually, but we're gonna do the transmission side now. So now we're just gonna get it splined up, fish it in there, and push it till it clicks. And once that C-clip clicks, you're good to go. Whew, that was tough, but she's in. So you just gotta gently work it till you feel like the spline goes in, and then it's a good. I used both hands on the inner axle down there, grabbed and just got her to click right in there, son. So we were good to go on the axle front. It's installed, so now we shouldn't be leaking trans fluid anymore. So that's exciting. So I'll probably clean up the little leak drip underneath there, so tomorrow when I come to put this in, I can just make sure that that seal is indeed holding the way it should. But like I said, it looked totally fine. But yeah, that's the axle that's replaced. So now we'll do the hub. If you're watching the axle video, I'll probably just cut it as is. Like I said, I'll have this precision axle that will be in the description on Amazon, or you can go to O'Reilly's, AutoZone. You know, lots of people have it. But this bolt that comes out of the lower knuckle here has to be replaced. It's torque to yield. So you're gonna have to go for a dealer. I'll put one of those bolts in the description as well. I'm sure Amazon has that. But I'll be going to the dealership personally. I don't have time to wait on Amazon delivery for this. They want their car back, obviously. But yeah, there you have it. That's the CB axle on the front. Also make sure that you check and top off the transmission fluid when you get it all back together. That's super important. Yeah, so now I'm waiting on hub bolts and that bolt, and then I'll put everything back together. All right, last step of hub or axle replacement is going to be putting this axle nut back to torque spec. So what we're going to do is, the precision one actually has a bigger nut, so this one's a 36 mil instead of a 32, but we're going to torque it to 150 Newton meters. Once we hit that torque spec, we're going to back it off 45 degrees and then take it to 250 Newton meters. So you can see I got a big long punch and I shoved it down in between the blades of the rotor here and got it against the caliper, so that's going to hold it from spinning. And here we go. Oh, there it is, 250 Newton meters. Holy smokes, that's a lot. We're torqued. All right, now we just put the tire back on and pump the brakes up. I got to top off the transmission with transmission fluid, and then she's ready for a test drive.